This is the information you need to sign up for Remind for my class. You can also download the Remind app, which offers some additional features. One of those is a chat feature, which allows me to send you a message directly. So let's say that you didn't turn an assignment in and I'm grading it. I may send you a chat message and say, hey, please turn this assignment in. The other feature is that you can exit from the classes that you were in last year and no longer receive text messages from those teachers while continuing to maintain the text messages from this year's set of teachers. Sometimes when you click stop receiving messages from one teacher, it stops from all your teachers. So that's Remind. Please sign up for that as quickly as you can. Edmodo is our Learning Resource Management, or LMS, system for this course. When you sign up for Remind, I'm going to send you the join URL for Edmodo and the group code. And you'll use that information to sign up for Edmodo and get access to both the website and the app. A lot of students have difficulty remembering their username and password on Edmodo. If you forget your username and password, I can look up your username and we can reset your password. So if you have trouble remembering those things, my first suggestion is to write them down, and the second suggestion is if you can't access it, come and see me and we'll be able to get you access quickly. There are significant differences between the app and the website. I'm going to show you the website in this video. In the class right here, there are posts, folders, members. So posts are going to be where I'm going to make announcements for the class, such as welcome to class, and any assignments for the that are upcoming, schedule for the week that's upcoming, due dates for anything that we have to turn in. And then the other one is the folders. So if you click on the folders, you're going to find all the folders that have been available to you, and the most recent unit that we're currently working on is always going to appear at the top. If you click on that folder, you're going to find all the resources for the course. The first resource is always going to be the learning log, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Beyond that, we're going to have a workbook that is going to allow you to complete some of the assignments, or finish the learning log, or reinforce activities if you're struggling with some of them. Underneath that, we're going to have your OpenStack's online biology textbook, which I'll talk about in a little bit. We're going to have videos, PowerPoints, Prezis, handouts of any kind, reading articles are all going to be here. You don't have to go anywhere else to find resources to complete the learning log or study for the course other than the ones that you find in here. So if you are having trouble with Edmodo, please make sure that you get that taken care of as quickly as possible. This is OpenStack Biology. This is our alternate electronic textbook. While it doesn't have the same depth of information as a Campbell's biology textbook and the pictures are not quite as good, it is an excellent resource for finding information to complete your learning log, study for tests, and it also does not weigh anything. So let me get started showing you how it works. So you can go to the table of contents here. You can click on any chapter. I'm going to show you chapter 8. And this is photosynthesis. I'll click on the link right there, take it to section 8.3, and it's going to have the content. Again, it's going to have the pictures for you. Again, it's very straightforward. It can also have some additional features, like this link to learning, which may help you understand some other material. It's also going to have, at the end of the chapter, a vocabulary list, chapter summary, and questions. And for each of the questions that are in here, although they're not AP level questions, they're going to be good review questions for you to make sure you understand the material. All the answers are posted in the end of the textbook. You can just click right back to there if you want to check on it. Critical thinking questions are a little bit greater depth, and they will be very similar, again, what you'll find in Campbell's, but again, may not be the level that we would have for AP. This is the learning log. This is the primary document you will complete prior to every summative assessment. The learning log is broken up into lessons. Each lesson has a specific theme. Lessons can last for a single day or for a few days depending on the labs and other activities that we're doing with it. The primary things that you have to do are to complete the questions to answer. These questions are fairly straightforward, and they have information from the course that we really need you to know. In addition to that, there are some concepts that you should have learned in prior courses or have prior knowledge of. If you're not sure about these, and if you have questions after you complete your questions to answer, that will be completed in the discussion section of the class. In order to answer the questions, we have multiple resources for you. The first resource is a topic presentation, which is a PowerPoint or Prezi, and you can use that to answer the questions. Of course, next is the textbook from Campbell's and the electronic textbook OpenStack. Then there is the BioZone workbook pages. Many people find the BioZone workbook pages helpful because they contain both content and writing that you have to do to respond to prompts. In addition to that, there are supplementary resources, videos, YouTube videos, that are available to you from two series, Crash Course videos and Bozeman Science, and these are both very helpful in completing your work. The learning objectives for each lesson are going to be on the right-hand side in a little call-out box, sidebar, and those are going to be the things that you should be able to do once you know this information. So you will complete this prior to the discussion. At the end of the unit, you will turn in what's called a learning log, and that will be giving you 10 points on your test. This is a learning log that a student completed last year for Unit 11. As you can see here, learning logs can either be electronic or they can be written by hand. Some students prefer to write by hand. Learning logs can be done by yourself or they can be done with a partner. It's important to remember that if it's done with a partner, that both students complete the learning log and turn it in separately. You can see here that there are going to be pictures that you need to include in your learning log. Those will also always be in Edmodo. Many students fill out the pre-discussion questions that compose the learning log prior to the discussion, and then afterwards they go back and add additional details to their learning logs as a study mechanism. This is the best way that you can use to prepare for your summative assessments. Students who do high quality work on their learning logs always score higher on their tests, summative tests, than students who do poor quality work on their learning logs.